Alright, so I just want to discuss a little bit about some of the stuff that occurred. So growing up, I did a lot of basketball. I won a national championship at the age 9. I got 4th place at the age of 10. Got 4th place at the age of 12 on a different team. Did a lot of stuff with the basketball. In high school, I started my freshman year. We won the CIF championship. But my shot had gotten terrible by that point because my dad got me the shoot-away machine. Try to imagine it. It's a big net that goes around the rim. It's a huge net, so wherever you shoot the ball, wherever you miss it, it'll still land in the net and it'll roll down and it'll go down a rack and you pick it off the rack and then you shoot. So I got the shoot-away machine and that messed up my shot because before I would move into it, I looked at videos of when I was younger and I would just move into it naturally. I'd be stepping to the side and moving into it. But if you pick it off the rack, it's all about how you move into it. That's how you shoot naturally and shoot sideways. So that messed up my shot. So anyways, then my dad and I, we started to fight because I was trying to figure out how to fix my shot and he couldn't figure it out and we couldn't figure it out. But it was a shoot-away machine, so there was nothing we could really do about it. But he didn't know that at the time, so I continued to try to shoot, over and over again on the shoot-away, but it messed up my shot more and more. So then eventually my dad and I, I'm trying to get help with my shot. My dad can't figure it out, but we're both trying to figure it out. And then finally, he just, he thought there was something wrong with me, and he didn't understand what was going on. I didn't understand what was going on. So we started to fight about trying to fix my shot. Anyways, then he kicked me out of the house, and I lived with my friend Afan. But my dad, he beat me up. He really, he did a lot of torturous things to me, like really beating me up, bad type of stuff. So I think that gives him a lot of guilt. He and my mom, my dad, physically abused me so terribly. So I think that they have a really hard time dealing with that. So that gives them a lot of distress. So what I'm going to get at is then in college, I was completely good. I stopped fighting with my dad because I didn't even care about basketball anymore. Then my sophomore year of college, I started to discover, I looked at the old videos of when I was younger and I discovered what was wrong with my shot. And I fixed my shot and everything was good, but I quit basketball because I was going to continue to do my raps. But then after I quit basketball, I realized I couldn't write raps anymore. So I realized, and then I would notice like before a math test, I'd be able to write a rap. So I discovered, it's only when I'm nervous that I'm able to write a rap. So then eventually what I ended up doing was I wanted to get back into basketball. But then I showed my mom and dad the quadrant model, and then they're like, "Oh, Ryan, you're schizophrenic. You need to see a psychiatrist. This is delusion and stuff." And I was like, "No, this isn't a delusion." But I understood why they wanted to see me that way, because they had already seen me in a negative light since high school, and they had done some horrible things to me. And the only way that they could justify it is, well, maybe it's because he was crazy. He was schizophrenic, and that was why, the bad things started happening in high school. But it wasn't because of that, because nobody thought I was schizophrenic except them. Everybody who I knew didn't think so. They were just evil when they did that. So then they started treating me really poorly. Whenever I tried to talk to my mom, and I just wanted to be able to talk to my dad and tell him, "Hey, Dad, I figured out what was wrong with my shot in high school." "No, you're schizophrenic." And he would say, "No talking about the past." So what happened was, in high school, my grandpa came up with this idea that you're not allowed to talk about the past. So I wasn't allowed to discuss the past. So every time I'm trying to tell my dad, I'm trying to tell my dad positive things. I'm like, "Dad, I discovered this great theory. You're schizophrenic." And I'm, Dad, I realized why we fought in the past is because the shoot-away machine had messed up my shot, but I figured out my shot and I'm doing really great now." But I was like, "No, you're schizophrenic and no talking about the past, no talking about the past." So anyways, it was a lot to deal with. And then they ended up forcing me to go to Hawaii, and that's when I started to act out online. And then I got back, and then they forced me. Then they got me injured. I'm not going to discuss what exactly happened, but then that's when they forced me to get injured. And I'm not going to lie, at that point I started doing some stupid stuff online, but I was doing it in reaction to the bad treatment that I felt that I was getting. I just put some biofreeze in my eye on accident. So my eye is that's why my eye is a little bit watery right now. But anyways, yeah, so that's what ended up happening. And but you see, the thing is, for this whole time I just wanted to try to talk to my mom and dad and make up with them. I just wanted to make up with my dad, but he wouldn't talk to me. He had me blocked for years, and he just won't talk to me, and he still won't talk to me. And I just want to be able to talk to them and make up. And you see, the thing is, I should be the one who's mad at them, but I'm not even mad at them. They're the ones who just won't talk to me and who have a really low viewpoint of me and stuff. So that's all I want to talk about. All right, bye.